Hello and welcome back to the channel, you console demons, noobs, or just getting started out. I don't care. Let's talk about the best settings for Modern Warfare 2 campaign and multiplayer. Let's get you dialed in and ready to go as soon as the game drops. I'll talk about quick settings here in a second, but let's get to the ones that are really important. First and foremost, we'll go to controller. Aiming input device, obviously on controller. We're going to go down here. These are all going to be preferences. Run these as you wish. I'm running an 8.8 with a 0.6 ADS sensitivity multiplier. I know that sounds low, but for me, I like having the fast movement and then kind of dialing on the aim because my aim can get a little sketchy. Sensitivity multiplier, this would be if you want to do like ground vehicles, air vehicles, tablet. I keep all of this stuff pretty much the same. I don't really change anything there. And then aim down sight behavior, hold auto. I run auto tac sprint. If you're not already running that, I would recommend it. Movement is everything in this game. Run auto tac sprint if you're not already. Teach yourself how to use it. So I like to do the prioritize reload. Prioritize interact can also work for you. That way, if I'm looking at something, I can just tap and pick something up off the ground, like if we're looting, picking up something off the ground, opening a door, whatever it is. I want to be able to just tap it. Obviously, if I'm in a situation where I need to reload and there's a bunch of maybe loot around me, then I like to have that prioritize reload, obviously. Then we're going to go over to our advanced settings. This is where it's really important. Obviously, we want target aim assist on. Let's take advantage of the very broken mechanic that's given to us. Aim assist type Black Ops. This feels a little bit stronger. It's strong in the campaign, and we already saw with the beta that it was already strong there, and I guarantee they did nothing to fix it. Black Ops feels right. We're going to keep the dynamic aim response curve type. This is a reverse S-curve mapping for fine aim rate control. ADS aim assist on, obviously, so we got target aim assist and ADS aim assist on. ADS sense multiplier for the focus. This is just another ADS multiplier that you can use when you're like say holding the focus on like a sniper rifle shot. I'm not going to change that. I'm going to keep it the same. ADS sensitivity transition timing. I have mine set at instant. I can see the benefits to running gradual or after zoom, depending on how you want to center in on your target. For me specifically, I like to center first and then aim down sight. Sometimes I'll like aim down sight as I'm going into it, but I think this is probably the best one so far. I might play with it and we'll update you if it changes in the future. Custom sensitivity per zoom is something I don't use. Input dead zones. You're probably all going to be running this if you're running controller. On my left stick, I do not use this. Even though I have a little bit of stick drift, I don't use it at all because you want that left stick to constantly be engaged. If you want to utilize the broken aim assist, you want that left stick to constantly be engaged while you're in gunfights. Strafing left and right, going backwards, even forward is going to help you stick more to your enemy as you're aiming down at them. Right stick, mine set at 0.1. Obviously, there's going to be all preferences for everything else. Left trigger, I have mine set at 0. I want mine to be... I want to make sure the second I touch my trigger that the trigger's working for both. Movement behaviors. That doesn't apply. Auto move forward, I have off. Tactical sprint doesn't matter because I have auto tac sprint on. Ground mantle, you want off. Automatic airborne mantle, off. Automatic ground mantle, off. You guys want these off. If you've ever died by auto mantling when you're trying to jump shot, B-hop someone, and you auto mantle something, it's the worst death. It happens all the time. It's incredibly annoying, and I highly recommend turning all of those off. You will have to learn the new mechanic. If you already played on Vanguard, you would have seen this. You will have to learn how to double jump if you want to mantle on something. So you're going to jump in order to mantle. So you have to tap in order to mantle. You just have to get used to that, but it's pretty quick, and you'll get used to it pretty fast. Invert slide behavior, keeping on standard. Plunging underwater is going to be movement based, so that means if you sprint and you look down, you're going to plunge underwater. Sprinting door bash on, so that way you can run through a door without having to open it. ADS stick swap off. Backpack alternate control off. So this is going to be your backpack. So I'm going to be using, this is going to be set up for like using the D-pad. Those will be more relevant in campaign a little bit. You'll see it in campaign, and then you'll also see it within Warzone. We know that there's going to be a backpack system. Weapon mount movement exit on. I have this on medium. That way, if I accidentally move the stick a little bit, then hopefully it won't release me too fast from the weapon mount. Depleted ammo switch on. Quick C4 detonation I have off because if I want to throw 2, I'm going to be able to throw 2. Let's see here. And we'll keep all of these pretty standard as well. All right, now let's get to the other important one, graphics settings. Now, for the campaign is beautiful. I had them set at pretty much maximum values. The on-demand texture streaming, normally, like in Warzone, I would have that off. Multiplayer, I will probably also have this off, as it did have issues with Vanguard. It was better to have the lower settings within multiplayer and in Warzone. Now, for the campaign, I highly recommend turning all of your graphics settings to the maximum settings and really, really appreciate how amazing the game looks. If you haven't already played it, it looks amazing. Turn up your graphics settings, on-demand texture streaming on, world motion blur off. This is something I don't want. I don't like this realistic stuff that they're trying to do. It will make you feel sick. It makes it harder to see things. Weapon motion blur off. Film grain, I always just keep this at the default. Depth of field will also have that kind of like where you're like zooming in. It'll make like what you're not looking at blurry. It throws you off. I already tried it, and I tried running it on in the campaign, and I didn't like it at all. Fidelity, FXCAS on campaign, for sure. Keep this on. I'm going to experiment with this and see how it looks in multiplayer. I have not seen it yet. I did not run this in Vanguard. At least for campaign, I kept it on. Up to 50, you'll start noticing some pretty good sharpness changes. I would run, you can run up to 100 if you want. I ran it at 50. If you have a monitor or a TV, there's not very many TVs out there, but if you do, enable 120 hertz refresh rate. If you've got the next gen consoles, I highly encourage you to run the 120 hertz rate. I'm telling you, it is a game changer. It's like you're playing a different game. When I went from my old Xbox to this one with the 120 frames, I couldn't believe it. FOV, the slider is here, just like previously in Cold War and in Vanguard, but we do know that it's coming to Warzone. For campaign, I decided to run it at 100. When I drop into multiplayer, I will be running it at 120. Obviously, this can be a preference. Some people find that 120 can be difficult, especially for long-range engagements, and if you don't have a really great monitor. But if you want the same advantages that PC players have, you're going to want to crank that FOV up. I keep these camera movements all at default. Brightness and safe area obviously will be to your specific settings. Get into audio really quick. Audio is going to also be on preference settings. Headphone, I like the bass boost. I think it sounds great. I love the explosions. I love all that stuff. Master volume, I have it running at 80. There's also going to be preferences. Music, I always have the music turned all the way down. Dialogue effects, hit marker, all of these I'll have it usually set at 100. Subtitles, I'll have all this stuff set at default typically. I don't really change too much of this stuff by any means. Now, one thing that they did add, they added this quick settings here that's pretty neat. And you can actually customize this up to 15 slots. So right now they automatically default to 8. If you go to your quick settings here, you'll see that there's master volume, which is a nice quick setting. You have your inputs, edit button, layout, which, okay, I don't know why you would want to change that in quick settings, but you could. Stick layout preset. You can swap this real quick if you want to run something different. So you can also change these. So if I want to remove this, I could easily remove it. Well, that's remove all quick settings. So Y to remove just the one. And that'll remove just the one. See how the star's gone? And then so actually when I come back in here, that won't be here anymore. So it's pretty neat. So you can also do for your aiming, I can change my sense really quick. I can make sure I can turn on aim assist really fast if I want to, change my mouse sensitivity, or change my brightness if I want to. And then if I want to actually add something, let's say that'd be more relevant to me, I'd probably say controller settings. Like maybe I want to change this. So I could actually add this to my quick settings. And so now when I come back here to quick settings, right here under aiming, here it is. And it's like, yeah, it's feeling a little slow. I'm going to bump this up a little bit, go up to 7 or, up to 8 or 7 or whatever. So that's actually a pretty neat feature that you can actually go right here into these quick settings and customize it to whatever you want to use. I thought that was pretty nice. Guys, I hope I was able to show you something new. Please make sure you hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel for some more content. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff coming out here with Modern Warfare 2 doing the camo grind. We're going to be uploading on the regular. And if you're not already following me on my stream, I stream on Facebook almost every single morning. Make sure you drop on over there and have notifications turned on so you never miss a stream. Guys, thank you so much for dropping in. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.